Series 2, Part 4, Dangerous Games. The night after Olivia's decision to confront her father feels like the beginning of a storm. Samuel, sitting in his modest apartment, ponders her words. Her choice to walk away from her family has both surprised and unsettled him. He wants to believe her, to hope that this time, everything will be different. But doubt still clings to him like a shadow, and part of him can't shake the feeling that he's walking down a path that's destined to end in pain. He stands by his window, staring out at the city lights, his mind racing with uncertainty. What if Olivia's making the wrong choice? What if her family drags her back into their web? What if all of this is a lie, another broken promise waiting to happen? The doorbell rings, snapping him from his thoughts. He opens the door to find Rachel standing there with a bottle of wine in hand and a concerned look on her face. Rachel, her voice soft, almost sympathetic. "You've been avoiding me. I figured I'd come check on you." Samuel sighs, running a hand through his hair. He's not sure if he's ready for more of Rachel's comforting words, but part of him feels he has no other option. He lets her in, trying to shake off the gnawing feeling in his stomach. "Samuel," his voice distant. "I don't know what to think anymore, Rachel. Everything's a mess. Olivia's chosen her path, and I'm not sure where that leaves me." Rachel, pouring 2 glasses of wine. "It leaves you with a choice, Samuel. You can either let her drag you back into her family's world, or you can move on and find someone who isn't tangled in lies and manipulation." Samuel takes a sip of the wine, its bitterness matching the taste in his mouth. He doesn't want to hear this. He knows Rachel has been supportive, but is starting to see the cracks in her intentions. She's always had her own agenda, and somewhere deep inside, he wonders if she's trying to use his vulnerability to pull him away from Olivia. Rachel, leaning in, her voice more insistent. "You know she can't escape her family. She's already too deep in their world. Don't let her drag you down with her. You deserve someone who can offer you a clean slate." Samuel looks at Rachel, his eyes narrowed with suspicion. He knows she's right about one thing: he does deserve better. But part of him, the part that's still holding on to Olivia, refuses to let go. Samuel, quietly, almost to himself. "I don't know if I can let her go. I've waited too long for her to come around." Rachel, her voice soft, almost coaxing. "And you've waited long enough, haven't you? Samuel, you can keep waiting for her, or you can start living your own life. The choice is yours." Meanwhile, Olivia sits in her room, staring out the window at the city lights below. The decision she made yesterday feels heavier than ever. Her father's cold words echo in her mind, and she can still feel the sting of his betrayal, even though she's tried to block it out. She's left behind the life she knew, the world she grew up in, and now she's standing on the edge, uncertain of where to go next. She picks up her phone and hesitates. The message she sent to Samuel this morning remains unread. She wants to reach out, to make him understand that this isn't just about her rebellion, it's about finally taking control of her own life. But the fear of rejection holds her back. Her phone buzzes again, breaking her from her thoughts. It's from Adrian. Adrian's message: "You've made your choice, Olivia. But don't think for a second that it's going to be easy. I can still destroy everything you care about. And I will. Unless you do exactly what I want." Her heart drops into her stomach. The threat is real, and Adrian's manipulation has never been more dangerous. He knows about the Harding family's darkest secrets, and is willing to use them against her. Olivia swallows hard, trying to suppress the fear that's rising within her. She can't go back. She won't. But as she types her response to Adrian, a cold realization washes over her. She's not just fighting for herself anymore. She's fighting for Samuel too. She can't let Adrian tear them apart before they even have a chance to rebuild. Samuel, later that evening, walking through the quiet streets of the city, his mind still swirling with doubt, pauses when he sees a familiar figure standing by a streetlight. It's Olivia. She's alone, her eyes focused on the ground, but when she looks up and sees him approaching, her face softens. "Olivia," her voice quiet but hopeful. "Samuel." Samuel, his heart racing, but trying to remain composed. Olivia, what are you doing here? Olivia, her eyes filled with a mixture of relief and anxiety. I couldn't wait anymore. I needed to see you. To tell you that I meant everything I said. I've made my choice, Samuel. I'm ready to fight for us. For you. She steps closer, her voice filled with a quiet intensity. The tension between them feels thick, but there's something else in her eyes, a vulnerability that she's never shown before. Samuel, his voice heavy with doubt. You've chosen to walk away from your father, from everything you've known. But you don't get to just walk back into my life, Olivia. You don't get to make everything right with just words. Olivia, her hand trembling as she reaches for his arm. I know it's not that easy, but I need you to understand. I'm not just choosing you, I'm choosing a life without lies. A life where I'm in control of my own choices. Samuel, his voice softening, the anger giving way to pain. You don't know how hard this is for me, Olivia. I've been waiting for you, but I've also been keeping my distance. I'm scared. Scared that I'm just another option for you to walk away from when things get tough. Olivia, her voice filled with emotion. I'm not walking away this time. I'm not going to let you go. I swear to you, I'll fight for us. For everything we have. The sound of their surroundings fades, and for a brief moment, it's just the two of them. The weight of the past, the manipulation, the lies. Everything falls away as they stand together, facing the uncertainty of the future. There are no guarantees, no promises that things will work out perfectly. But there's something else between them now, a bond, fragile but unbreakable. And for the first time in what feels like forever, Samuel lets himself believe. The night air is cool as Olivia and Samuel stand in silence, their eyes locked in an unspoken understanding. It's a moment of fragile peace, but Olivia can feel the tension building beneath the surface. She knows that even if they both want this, want each other, it's not going to be easy. Too many forces are working against them, and too many complications remain. Samuel, after a long pause, his voice hesitant. If you're serious about this, Olivia, if you really want to make this work, we can't keep running. We'll have to face everything. And I'm not sure we're ready for that. Olivia takes a deep breath, her resolve hardening. She knows this won't be a smooth ride, but nothing worth fighting forever is. Olivia, her voice steady, almost fierce. I'm ready. I've made my choice. I'm not going back to the way things were. Not to my father, not to Daniel. This, is what I want. Samuel looks at her, his face softening, but the weight of their shared history and the pain of their separation hang in the air. He wants to believe her, but a part of him still feels like he's falling into the same trap. Samuel, softly, almost a whisper. Then we'll fight together. But I need you to promise me something, Olivia. That no matter what happens, you won't run again. That this time, we're in this together. Olivia nods without hesitation, the truth of her words firm in her heart. Olivia, I promise. This is it, Samuel. No more running. They stand there for a moment longer, the cold night air swirling around them. But in that moment, it doesn't feel so cold. The world feels slightly more bearable, as if they are both choosing to take the first step towards something real, something worth fighting for. The next day, Olivia is back at the Harding mansion, facing the reality of the consequences of her choice. Her father's cold stare greets her as she enters his office, but this time, she stands taller. She knows that this is the moment of no return. She's made her decision, and there's no going back. Edward Harding, without looking up from his desk, his voice low and dangerous. You think you can just walk away from this family, from everything I've built? You think you can make your own decisions without consequences? Olivia, her voice calm but firm, her heart racing. I'm not walking away from you, Father. I'm walking away from the life you forced me into. I'm choosing my own path. Edward's eyes flicker with anger, but he doesn't show it outwardly. Instead, he leans back in his chair, studying her, calculating his next move. Edward Harding. You're a fool, Olivia. You've thrown away everything for nothing. Do you think Samuel, that mechanic, can offer you a life worth living? You'll never be free from the consequences of your actions. You can't escape your bloodline. Olivia, gathering all her courage. I'm not trying to escape, Father. I'm trying to live. You're right about one thing. We can't escape who we are. But I'm choosing to define my own future, not let you do it for me. Her father doesn't respond right away. His face hardens, the anger simmering beneath the surface. But there's something else in his eyes too, something close to disappointment, a small flicker of something that might be regret. But it's fleeting, gone in an instant. Edward Harding, coldly. You're making a mistake, Olivia. But I won't stop you. I'll let you destroy yourself. But don't expect me to pick up the pieces when it all falls apart. Olivia stands there, the finality of his words sinking in, but she doesn't flinch. She's made her choice, and it's one she won't regret, no matter what happens next. Later that night, as Samuel walks through the streets, his thoughts are still clouded. The promise he made to Olivia feels heavier now, the weight of their choices pressing on him. He wants to believe that they can overcome everything, that they can make this work, but the reality of their situation is harsh. Olivia has chosen to break free from her family, but what does that mean for them? What price will they pay? His phone buzzes in his pocket, and when he pulls it out, it's a message from Olivia. Olivia's message: I'm done, Samuel. I've told my father the truth. I'm walking away from the life he wanted for me. I'm choosing you. I just wanted you to know. I won't let anyone stand in the way of what we have. I promise. A small sigh of relief escapes him. There's hope. It's fragile, but it's there. But as he walks through the city, heading to their usual meeting spot, he can't shake the feeling that danger is closing in. Adrian's manipulations have only just begun, and there's no telling how far he's willing to go to destroy them. The next day, Samuel and Olivia meet at a quiet park bench, just like old times. They are both quieter than usual, the weight of the world still hanging heavily between them. But despite the uncertainty, they know one thing: they are in this together. Samuel, looking at Olivia, his voice low. So, you really did it. You really walked away. Olivia, nodding, a small smile tugging at her lips. Yeah, I did. I told my father everything. I'm not his puppet anymore. I'm choosing my own life, Samuel. Samuel looks at her, his heart swelling with a mix of hope and caution. He reaches out, taking her hand in his, the warmth between them a reminder of what they are fighting for. Samuel, we're not out of the woods yet. There's still Adrian, still your father's empire. They're not going to let us go easily. Olivia, her voice steady, determined. I know, but I'm ready for it. I'm ready to face everything that comes our way, as long as we do it together. As the evening falls, the air between them grows tense. Adrian's influence, like a dark cloud, looms over their every move. But for now, as Samuel holds Olivia's hand, they find a moment of peace, a fleeting glimpse of the life they want, the life they deserve. But the danger is far from over. The real battle is just beginning. As Olivia and Samuel walk side by side through the park, their hands briefly touching, the weight of the moment hangs in the air. There's a sense of finality to it, yet the shadows of the future still loom. Their love has survived so much already, but the world around them is unforgiving, and Olivia knows that their fight is far from over. The sound of distant cars and the rustle of the trees seem almost too quiet, too calm. It's a fleeting moment of peace, but she knows it won't last. They've both made choices that cannot be undone, and the consequences of those choices are just beginning to unfold. Olivia, her voice quiet but resolute. I don't regret it, Samuel. I know it won't be easy. I know we have a long road ahead of us, but I don't regret walking away from my father, from everything. I don't want to live a life I didn't choose. Samuel, looking at her, his voice soft but unsure. I want to believe that, Olivia. I do. But every time we take a step forward, it feels like there's something pulling us 2 steps back. Adrian, your father, they won't just let us go. I can't keep watching you put yourself in danger for me. Olivia, gripping his hand tighter, her voice firm. I'm not putting myself in danger for you, Samuel. I'm choosing this, for me, for us. We both knew the stakes when we decided to be together. I'm not afraid of what comes next. I'm afraid of losing you. Samuel looks down, his chest tightening. The pain of their separation still feels fresh, but now, something else stirs within him. He wants to protect her, wants to keep her safe, but he knows he can't do it alone. This fight has to be theirs together. That night, after their quiet conversation in the park, Samuel can't shake the feeling that Adrian is closing in. Every corner feels like it's been carefully calculated, every move orchestrated by someone who's always 1 step ahead. He spends the night at his shop, working late to keep his mind occupied, but the worry gnaws at him. His phone buzzes again, the screen lighting up with a new message from an unknown number. His heart sinks when he reads the message. Anonymous message. You think you've won? Olivia is playing a dangerous game, and you're in it too. You won't be able to protect her. I'll make sure of it. Samuel's hand shakes as he grips the phone tighter. The threat is clear, and it's only a matter of time before Adrian makes his move. He doesn't want to involve Olivia any more than she already is, but he knows that they have no choice now. They are both in this deep, whether they want to be or not. He looks out the window at the city, at the life he's been forced to lead, and then at the message again. There's a dark sense of urgency in his chest. The game is getting more dangerous, and every move they make is pushing them further into the lion's den. The next day, Olivia wakes early, her mind already racing with the consequences of her decision. She knows there's no turning back, no way to undo the damage her father will try to inflict. She's prepared herself for the worst, but nothing can quite prepare her for the feeling of her world tilting once again. She stands by the window of her room, looking out at the familiar sights of the Harding mansion, the same mansion that once represented everything she wanted and feared. The house feels colder now, distant, like a memory she's trying to forget. Her phone buzzes again, and she picks it up, her heart skipping a beat when she sees that it's a message from Samuel. Samuel's message, "We need to meet. It's getting worse." Her chest tightens, but she knows what he means. She can't avoid the truth any longer. Adrian's threats aren't just idle words. He's playing a dangerous game, and they are the pawns. But Olivia isn't backing down. She can't. They meet in a quiet cafe on the outskirts of town, away from prying eyes. Samuel is already there when Olivia arrives, sitting at a table in the back, his face troubled, his hands resting on the table, fingers tapping nervously. The moment their eyes meet, she feels the weight of the situation crash over her. They both know that this meeting is different. This is no longer about their love alone. It's about survival. Olivia, sitting down, her voice urgent. Adrian's not letting go. He's already reached out to me again, Samuel. He's threatening to expose everything. My father's secrets, our relationship. He's playing this game like he has nothing to lose. Samuel, his voice low, tense. He's not just threatening. He's already made moves. You're not safe, Olivia. Neither of us is. Olivia, with quiet determination. I'm not running from this. Not anymore. We've already come this far, and I won't let him win. Samuel, rubbing his temples, frustration building. You're not understanding me, Olivia. You're in danger, and you're still trying to fight. I can't lose you again. I can't. Olivia, cutting him off, her voice firm, resolute. You won't. I won't let it happen. We'll do this together, Samuel. But we have to act now. We can't let Adrian pull us apart again. This time, we fight back. For a moment, the silence between them is heavy, the world outside the cafe seeming to blur. But Olivia's words hang in the air, and Samuel knows there's no turning back. They are in this together, whether they are ready or not. As they walk out of the cafe, A sudden chill in the air makes Olivia pull her coat tighter around her. The day feels colder now, the danger closing in like the fog. She feels Samuel's presence beside her, his hand brushing against hers. It's a small gesture, but it gives her the strength she needs. Samuel, his voice filled with a new resolve. We'll get through this. Together. No matter what it takes. They walk in silence, knowing that their fight is far from over. Adrian's games are only just beginning, and they both know that the battle for their future will be much harder than they ever imagined. But there's no turning back now. The storm is here, and they are ready to face it head-on.